name is Ivan, and I'm a host on the BigHouse Voices here in Q2 to interview my guest, Victoria, the high school teacher. And this interview is to bring the negative into positive stuff due to the virus and what they do to make their day fun and exciting. Victoria, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, good morning. I'm Victoria. I teach English and social studies here in Clem 2. And Ivan's one of my lovely students who I'm glad to see.
How are you doing during this virus?
Uh, Pretty good. It's a weird mix of emotions, I suppose. You know, you're worried about the elders in the community. I'm worried about my parents and my grandmother back home in Ontario. But it also does give you time to focus on some of the things that matter. So, physical health and mental health have actually been things that we've been able to make time for without having to work for 5 hours a day. We just consolidate that down into what's the most important.
What have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
We started a workout routine. It's a little intense, but we want to be ready for hopefully when the summer is a bit more normal, we'll be ready to hike and kayak for longer distances. So trying to, yeah, get the winter out, I guess. That's been one of our big things. And just reading a bunch. I mean, I am the English teacher, so it would be a little embarrassing if I wasn't reading. So I've been getting through a couple books and yeah, just slowing down a little bit, which is really nice.
How do you feel not seeing your family and friends?
Some of that is normal because I haven't lived with my parents for a while. I'm usually quite far away from them, but I guess kind of ironically, I've been able to call my parents more often. I used to call them about once a week when I was working full time. And now I called my mom like 3 times last week already to check in on her. So it's kind of been good for both of us in that way. Um, yeah. So being able to connect with technology more so. That's it.
How do you feel of not working and seeing everybody that you see every day?
That I think is going to get more difficult as time goes on. Because last week we were technically on March break, so I wasn't thinking about it as much. But such a huge part of teaching is being with the students and interacting and having those laughs and having those discussions. So I'm really going to miss that. And I'm hoping when we start to do like online classes and using technology that we can have some of that part back because just doing everything online to me is kind of challenging. I really like the personal part of teaching and being in the classroom. So I think that is going to weigh a little more heavily on me as the weeks go by, but just got to find ways to kind of get back to that normal. So stuff like this is actually really nice to be able to talk to you.
If there's someone on here that uh, is down because of the virus and has nothing to do, what would you say to them to make the day fun and exciting?
Ooh, good question. Um, it might not be super fun, but I think having a bit of a routine is really helpful to not feel like, you know, you're just kind of sitting around for hours. So still waking up at like a little bit of a regular time and, you know, finding activities that you like and maybe connecting online more. So even though you can't go play basketball with your friends, maybe finding like a game online you can play or maybe setting up video chats like that. I know you've been doing that with your family, which is really important. Little things like that are super helpful. Even, I mean, YouTube is a wealth of knowledge. So there's like mindfulness videos or like yoga videos, things that kind of give you that space to calm down and reflect.
If you were to make something like an activity on uh, on social media, what would you do?
If I were to make an activity on social media, um, that's a good question. I don't know if I know right now, to be honest. I like what you and Olivia were talking about with kind of like sharing more positive things. So because our media is so focused on the virus right now. Sometimes it like floods your whole feed, but following artists and people in music. One of my favorite bands is doing like guitar lessons every day with their songs. So they'll upload the tabs and you can play along with them. So maybe just promoting art and just connecting that way.
Thank you for your time to help people get their minds off of the negative things and into positive things, and giving advice of what to do to make our day fun and exciting.
Thanks for having me, Ivan. This was nice. Have a good
You too.
day. Bye.
Bye.